Hello everyone and welcome back to the 4th episode of Breaking the Lines. I'm Alex, your weekly host here at LGMU, and we are back to a full house today. From the hills to the bay where the bluebirds fly, here's Kieran from Cardiff, sharp wit, keen eye. A Welsh heart, bold voice, stories to share. Tune in, lean close, there's magic in the air. How are you doing, Kieran?
Thank you, that was beautiful, thank you. I'm happy to be back with the boys, and that was a lovely introduction. Thank you very much.
From Anfield dreams to the local bar, Ed swears Klopp's the greatest by far. Red through and through, never shy to boast. You'll never walk alone, but he'll talk the most. How are you doing, Ed?
Mate, I'm loving these intros, that was class. Yeah, all good, mate, all good.
From Wrexham Town, where dreams get wild, Ross speaks his mind, uncensored, unfiled. 1 minute football, next, who even knows? He's chaos in trainers, and that's how it goes.
Hello everyone, ready for episode 4? Let's do this.
Breaking the Lines is not only reviewing the latest and upcoming games, it's also debates, tier lists, rankings, all around a beautiful game, and that's just what we've got ready for you today. Let's have it. Right, lads, I think Kieran's got a game to get us started today to mix things up a bit. Kieran, can you run us through it?
Yeah, so just to start, I think we're going to go around the table in a circle and just try and list every European Cup or Champions League winner ever. So basically, we'll keep going. If you get one wrong or you repeat one, you're out. And we'll just see who the last man standing is. So I don't know if you want to go first, Alex, and we'll move around this way to me, Ed, Ross, and then...
Let's go. I'm going to start with a bit of an original one. I'm going to go FC Porto.
FC Porto, okay. I'll go just simple Real Madrid.
Barcelona.
Chelsea.
The best team in the world, Paris Saint-Germain.
I'll go for Barcelona.
Ooh,
Have you said that already?
Barcelona.
Oh, mate,
He's out already.
He's out already.
Okay, alright, we'll start with you then, Alex. Start back with you, or does it go to me?
No, go to you.
Okay, so, Liverpool.
Man United.
Benfica.
Chelsea.
Juve.
Red Star Belgrade.
AC Milan.
We got Marseille.
Inter Milan.
City.
Sevilla.
Celtic. Oh, Sevilla's out.
Ref.
Wait, what are we calling the European Cup?
Sevilla. Sevilla.
Sevilla's no.
Say Ross is out.
Ross, you're out. Sorry.
Me and Kieran.
Ross.
Okay, I'm going Celtic.
Villa.
Marseille.
Forest.
Marseille's been said.
Get in.
Ed's a winner.
Alright, I'll take that.
Do you know what? That was a shambolic performance from me. Bear in mind, I was out. Was out last night. So obviously
We were out last night.
Yeah, we were out last night, and I've obviously not recovered as well as Ed. So that was very disappointing. But it's just an intro, and we move. We move.
Yeah.
No one even mentioned the English teams. Who said City? No.
I said City, but I was trying to rattle through.
Yeah, for Nottingham Forest, could have mentioned them.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't mention Paul Lambert's Dortmund side as well, but...
I mean, considering this was your game, Kieran, that was pretty poor.
I'm hungover, okay? Please don't judge.
We're not going to stop there. We've got a tier list to run through here, yeah? So stay with us. Kieran, you're today's game master. Can you run us through this one, please?
Yeah, so we've just got a little tier list here of the last 20 different Champions League winning captains. And we just thought we'd put them into different categories, from S tier obviously down to D. Try and have a little debate on each one. So I think we'll jump straight in, and Alex, I'll jump straight to you with Marquinhos. Where would you have him? S, A, B, C?
Oh my, I can't be biased here, right? So, if I'm being real, I can't put Marquinhos in S tier because I think to be S tier, there's only going to be a select few of those who will be there. I think Marquinhos, if you remember his previous performances in the Champions League, we did have a dark few years at PSG when we were just too stressed, couldn't get over the line in the Champions League, and Marquinhos, including players like Silva, Kimpembe, they would just want up to the level they should have been at the time. It's only been these past few years where he's really stepped up as the captain in that team. However, I do think that he has carried the defence last year perfectly for what is arguably one of the best ones in the history of the Champions League. So I think anywhere from A or B would be fair for Marquinhos. What are you thinking, boys?
I would go more towards B, to be honest. I mean, we'll get onto the other names, but there are a lot of great players. Also, by the way, side note, this is not just based on like their individual performance, them as a captain and like what they've done in that season. So I think compared to the other players that we'll get onto later, I would go B.
Yeah, I'd agree with Ed for once. I'm not actually going to disagree. I'd agree. Marquinhos, yeah, he's got an individual pedigree to himself, but he's not really much of a world beater yet. He's around a manufactured team of Parisian talents, but they're just not world beaters right now. They've got titles, but do it for another 5 years, and then I'll give you S tier.
I mean, to be fair, you are a bit harsh. Like he has taken up in Thiago Silva's shoes. He was raised by Thiago Silva, and now if you look at it, he is mentoring the new generation of the centre backs coming through at PSG. Maybe Zabarnyi, Pacho next to him. He's guiding that team well. So he's taken Thiago Silva's role well. He is towards the end of his career at PSG. We've got to remember that. So yeah, I think B is fair. Kim, what are you thinking there?
Yeah, I would go B. I think you've got to respect everything he's done over the years. Like he's like the one that stuck around. He stuck around through the hard times. So yeah, I think, and he's very well deserved. So yeah, I think B tier is perfect. A, there's still a few too many top class players, and S, I'm personally saving for one man. So
okay, let's move on.
We kind of chop and change as well, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not fixed positions.
Okay, let's move it on.
Next player, Ed, I'll start with you. We've got Nacho Fernandez here. Didn't even know he was captain of that side.
Yeah, I was the same.
Who knew he was captain of that side?
I don't know how harsh it can be here. I'm debating whether to put him in D, but I mean, he has won 5 Champions Leagues, so but captain wise, I think he has to go bottom 2. I would actually say D.
As a captain, you're probably right. Like, does he strike? Like, does he influence that team, or was it the Bellinghams that year? Carvajal, man of the match in Champions League.
Who here can tell me why was he captain? Generally, why was he captain?
Just a long-term servant of the club.
I think with Real Madrid, it's kind of like whoever's been there the longest tends to be the captain. So like Lucas Vázquez, doesn't he captained them for a while.
So it's more symbolic than actually based on personal performances, which for me, he's definitely under Marquinhos. Maybe for the number, I would have maybe gone C when we can change it afterwards, Ross.
Have you ever been to like a village fair or something like that? And like they have a tombola and they go, which kid's next up on the slide? They're just throwing it out. You can be captain, we're going to win this. Let's throw them out, it's fine, it's sound, we're playing flipping Deportivo away or something like that. Easy day at the Woods, We'll throw it in, under 16, lads, want to be captain tomorrow? Yeah, sound, let's go. But no, I think with Real Madrid, captain's the last thing on their mind. They'll walk, but they have that respect of dominance. Real Madrid are in town, they're going to rock up on a European night. And do you know what? Good for him. I'm happy for his period of captain. Great for him, seriously.
Right, so where are you putting him, Ross?
That's
solid again. B tier. He gets into B tier.
B? Really?
He gets into B because he's.
Oh my God.
I'm actually overruling you.
It's results driven. It's like a business.
Thank you. Yeah. I agree.
Okay.
Let's move on.
All right, okay, Ross, I'm going to lead with you here now, and we have got Man City's winning captain in their treble season, Ilkay Gundogan. What are we thinking?
He's the Gunda one. The thing is, again, they haven't been on the scene long enough. City aren't a European force to be reckoned with in any way at all. That's not even as a Man United fan. Give me 5 more of them and I'll go, yeah, you might strike B tier. But right now, he's won the Champions League. Great for him. Wishing him all the best in life. But I'm saying D tier. I'm being harsh here. And again, they won a final against teams who fought like they didn't have a heartbeat. So it's... Make of that what you will.
That season, he scored twice in the FA Cup final. Like, he clearly was influential. The amount of goals he scored at important times. So I feel like we do have to give him a bit of credit, Ross. Even though I don't like it, we've got to give him a little bit of credit.
He runs the midfield. He does. He runs the midfield. He's a provider. He's a playmaker. He loves what he does. And I think if he wins one more, like I said, it's all about the numbers. It's just if he can play as good as he wants, but if they're not, they need results. I think to me, to be these greats, you have to win more than one.
See, this is why I would have put Nacho in D tier because I think Gundogan goes into C. I think he's better than Nacho, but not as good as Marquinhos. I don't know what you think.
I can agree with that if you want.
What are you saying, Alex? Where are you putting
I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, next one now. Karim Benzema. Alex, as someone who's grown up in France, and he's not got the best reputation over there, I believe. So what would you say about him on this tier list?
Karim Benzema. Trying not to be biased here because I've never been a big fan of Karim, if I'm honest. Like, obviously, he's been a legend. You know, KB Nueve would call him. Where would he be? Is he above a Marquinhos? I mean, his career at Real Madrid, you know, to be fair, has been outstanding since he left the Olympique Lyonnais. We knew from leaving Lyon he was going to be a star in that team. God, it's complicated. Well, I think he's got to be on par with Marquinhos. I think so. He's been so pivotal in that front line with the BBC, obviously at Madrid. Yeah, I know.
Wow. I wasn't going to say.
Yeah. No, I would have gone B for Benzema.
I'm happy with B because he wasn't captain for a long time there. And like when Ronaldo was at, like, he would take seasons off. Obviously, he was like sensational that year, but yeah, I think B works.
Yeah, he was great in that comeback. He killed us in PSG in that comeback game. Yeah, he was great that season. Obviously, Ballon d'Or winner as well. We've got to take that into account. And funny enough, the Ballon d'Or the past few years, how many players have had it who didn't deserve it or and many missed out? He arguably deserved that one. So B's fair, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go B.
Okay, we'll move on.
I think it needs context. He's not Raul. He's not someone at that level because you put it in context of Real Madrid. He's not one of their greats, but he's still got the fear factor of if you're a defender or, you know, you're playing El Clasico against him, you do not want him running at you. He's got that fear factor. He doesn't make A tier, but he gets a B+. I think
Benzema's in the history of Madrid's top 5 strikers.
Yes, he's just not Raul, I think.
Definitely.
He hasn't got that.
Yeah, well, that's not the pedigree here, mate, so yeah, B.
Agreed.
All right, I'm going to lead with Ed on this one. I know he's a big fan of this player. Mr. Dave Pilaqueta.
Yes.
How's Pilaqueta? What are we saying?
What a player. I think, especially when you talk about captains, he's a proper leader. Ability-wise, obviously, he's not as strong as the other players that we've mentioned already. Where would I put him? I can't put him in A tier. I can't justify that.
Well, that's the thing. Is like this was a team that should not have won the Champions League, and they went to Madrid twice. Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. They went and won there, turned them over. They beat City in the final. Like this is a guy who like inspires. Do you know what I mean? Like I think Azpilicueta. He for me is at least B.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't be biased with him because I think he's in that category of players, kind of like N'Golo Kante, where it's just he's very hard to hate. I mean, no one here is a Chelsea fan, but I think we all were genuinely happy when we saw the photos of him lifting that trophy. So let's not be biased by how much we love him. Like, is he actually on par with like a Marquinhos or a Nacho?
As a captain, like this one, like that team shouldn't have won, and he was the leader of that team. So mate, what, like 12 years and he's still playing good now. Like
yeah.
I would have gone C, but I can understand why you'd want to go B.
I'd like to go B, I think.
Yeah, it's hard to look at the top tiers with him. The top two are ruled out. He just doesn't stand out like that. He's I'm saying C+, but I think he might disagree.
We've got to take into account the level of the player as well. Like if we're putting him in B, you're putting Marquinhos in A. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think C is fair enough.
Yeah, it's like
C. Ooh.
I think we're being overruled here.
It's like
we can come back to it afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, should we just put him now and see?
He's definitely on C's ahead of Gundogan. So.
Next up we've got Manuel Neuer. For me, I'm not too big on this. Like I do think this season he was a bit past it. There was no fans in the stadium. It was one leg. I just think.
And he didn't have any heroic games that year either. Like it's not like he had like the Donnarumma season last year where without him they would have never won it. Like they could have put the B keeper in there and they were still taking that Champions League. If being honest, he wasn't pivotal for Bayern that year. Obviously, Neuer's Neuer. We've got all respect to him, but yeah, we can't put him that high up. I agree.
They knocked down the Berlin Wall, but I think Neuer is still the German Wall. He's been plagued by injury half of his career in the later half, but he's still got that leadership, the presence, and that's what you need from your keeper. He will come out and clatter you, but he's got that ability. He's at the later end of his career, don't get me wrong, but I think when he turns it to a final, he gets a job done, and biased as a goalkeeper growing up here, but I'm putting him in A tier. I really am.
I think you're biased because you're a keeper there, mate. You know what I mean?
I have so much respect for Neuer. Favourite keeper in the world.
I'm agreeing with Ross. I don't know. I'm not sure about A tier, but he's definitely got B at least.
Yeah, I'd put him B. The only reason, like, obviously he is like an A level player, but because of like the situation around that season, like the no fans and stuff, like I just don't take it as a serious Champions League sort of.
As a captain, what are you saying? I don't know you.
I'd go B. I'm happy with B.
The thing is, there were so many
I'll
leaders.
see.
There were so many leaders in that team. You know, you could have put Thomas Müller as a captain. Yeah, I don't know.
B or
I'm
C?
skeptical.
I think B or C.
If he's B, he's definitely behind the other two. That's for sure.
I see, because I would put him behind Marquinhos and above Benzema.
Should we put him into B?
I think definitely B.
Okay.
I'm just putting this in. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So, the big one. Liverpool's greatest ever captain,
No.
Jordan Henderson. Mate, he's Liverpool's greatest ever captain.
No,
he
he's
did what
not.
Gerrard couldn't. Ross, come on.
He left for a paycheck at Saudi. He's hardly that loyal to his club.
But he's back and he's better than ever.
If he's not the best captain, who is then, Ed?
Oh, Gerrard, 100%. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Jordan Henderson. Like, he's one of my favourite ever players.
He gave it to Demba Ba.
No, because I saw Pitch I was talking about greatest Premier League captains. There's no way Gerrard is below Henderson, especially as a captain. Like, take away all the ability wise. They're both great leaders, but for me, Gerrard is like he carried a team that was a lot worse than when Henderson was winning Champions League. So for me, but don't get me wrong, as I say, I love Henderson. So I would say, you know what, I would say B.
Would you be willing to put Henderson in D just for that stupid trophy lift he does? Because
No, that's a classic.
no,
The Henderson shuffle.
that rattles me so bad. Do you know what, executive decision?
Yeah. Ross, back me up.
Come on, we'll put him in. Come on.
I think he's more of a leader than he is a footballer. His person, yes, I'd say C.
Yeah, C.
No way.
There's just no standout.
Overruled.
When you're in the shadow of Steven Gerrard, it's pretty hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
Right, should I just go
That's
ahead?
outrageous, by the way.
No. Should I just
I
go
don't know
ahead
if I-
and whack Sergio Ramos in S tier? The greatest Champions League captain ever, surely.
Yeah, I as much as I hate him for what he did to Salah in the final, yeah, he's got to be S.
If S stands for Spanish ballroom dancer, then yeah, he looks like he could clean up on the dance floor, doesn't he? But the guy he performs at all areas.
He's actually started releasing music now, by the way. Have you heard
Really?
the
Yeah,
song?
the guy's an all
Is
round.
that any good?
It's not my type, but it's okay. It does the job. But mate, what's he got? 2014, 93rd minute equaliser.
Yeah.
What? 2016 was it? Scored from that Gareth Bale cross. Like, the guy is just an absolute animal. And when you think of Real Madrid, I don't think of Ronaldo. I think of Sergio Ramos, and I think he's one of the best captains in football history. So I feel like he needs to be up alone in that S tier.
What are you saying, Alex?
Kind of fair enough. I'm looking at the names afterwards, and I think there's debate to be had there. But I'm happy putting him in S at the moment. Yeah.
It's like Puyol back in the day. He keeps that sort of image carrying on in a way. I know it's not just been the Spanish thing, but it's got that same sort of play about him. People go, wow, when they're in town, you know.
Do you even remember that he had a short stint at PSG? Even I forget that sometimes. Like,
Him and Messi like being nice to each other. Just
it was
Yeah,
weird.
it was
it wasn't
weird.
right.
Yeah,
It
weird
wasn't
times.
We'll move on now. Ross, this is a player that I think you must really like. Your type of player, Andres Iniesta.
Yeah, I think the problem we've got going on here is that he's sat next to Xavi in that list, and it's hard to separate the two because they come hand in
Who
hand.
was captain in 3 Champions League in a row? Was it him or Xavi? Because that is important for this debate here, because that changes my answer for Xavi and Iniesta afterwards.
I think Xavi was captain in 2011, and then in 2015 it was Iniesta, and then Puyol was 2009.
Yeah,
Okay.
I look at people like Iniesta and Puyol when they turned up to play United in that Champions League final. Was it the later end of the decade?
Yeah.
And both of them. And Iniesta and Xavi, it's hard to separate.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go. For me,
We have
it's
to do
A
it together.
tier. Yeah, Kieran's got it.
Yeah,
I would put both of them in A.
Yeah, if we're ticking, let's look at it. We're ticking boxes. They've been a symbol for their club. The level they had on the field, they ran that midfield, arguably the best midfielders of their generation. Played excellent on the pitch. If you took them out of that team for that Champions League season, would they have gone as far? Maybe not. They're one of those players, So for me, they're ticking all the boxes. I agree with Kieran. Every day, A tier, not S though.
And the thing, the two, so Iniesta, they beat Juventus, at that time, Pogba, all that. And then Xavi, they absolutely dismantled and embarrassed Man United, who would walk the Premier League. So like I think the impact they had, they couldn't get near them.
How many Team of the Year cards have these guys had?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Also, we are talking like captains. I know it's about leadership, but like they might not be the most vocal, but they're leaders with how they play.
By example.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. I'm gonna save my judgment for later, but
Oof.
I don't want to.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, Philip Lahm, lads. Philip Lahm. What do we think about him?
one of the most underrated captains I think there was. Was it Philip Lahm, correct me if I'm wrong, who throughout the entirety of his career never received a red card? He's part of those players who've never received a red card. He's been fair play. If he's been overtaken, he's not one of them like fucking Zabani to like fucking side tackle you the shit out of you afterwards. No, I think he's, yeah, where do we put him though? B?
I think
he's more similar to Iniesta and Xavi.
yeah, like I wouldn't mind A, to be honest with you.
Doesn't put a foot wrong, does he?
Side note quickly though, Alex, question for you. Can you name me a football player that never received a red or yellow card? He's played in England and Spain.
Yeah, I've seen a tweet about this not so long ago as well.
Ed's got this.
Oh, you gonna have it?
No, I ain't got it. So who was it?
Gary Lineker.
Gary Lineker is
Gary
correct.
Lineker.
Gary Lineker is correct. You should know that, Leicester boy, and that.
Oh, I know he shot himself on the pitch. Sorry, Gary, love you.
4 years after getting the golden boot. I would be happy to put Lahm in A. I would.
I agree with that. What are you saying, Ross?
He's reliable. Like I said, he's a gent. You could bring him on this podcast and he wouldn't swear. That's it's one of those. He doesn't put a foot wrong, and I can't think of a fault I've ever seen him do. I grew up on the FIFA card 86 rating.
And
Whatever
very
he was,
similarly to Xavi Iniesta, he's not one of those who's very outspoken. You don't hear him a lot, you know, but he was pivotal to that team. So yeah, A.
Yep, that's good for me. Next up, we have Frank Lampard, and I'll kick this off with, I do think he's an A-level player, but he wasn't the club captain. Obviously, he did the job when. So John, can you put the guy who wasn't really even the captain as A? I don't know.
Yeah, John Terry's. When you think captain, that's what you think of.
I'm going C.
But didn't.
Oh,
Yeah, see, for me, like, I'll get this out of the way now. I'll go back to Henderson. Henderson is a better captain than Lampard, in my opinion. Not football ability-wise, obviously not, but if we're talking captains, I don't think he can be above Henderson.
well, yeah. Seeing as he actually wasn't the club captain, like you could put him in C if you want to use that sort of logic. Like,
If we talk ability-wise, though, John Terry came out to lift the trophy in full kit when he wasn't even playing.
That's a
Chimpan's on.
proper captain.
Chimpan's on as well, by the way.
Yeah, but let's talk about pure football inability. Lampard, you put them up to there. Can we have a quick side one? Out of all the three midfielders, Scholesy, Gerrard, Lampard, who is number one?
Michael Carrick.
That's the debate I can never answer.
It's Scholesy, isn't it?
Say that again, sorry, Ross.
It's Scholes, Gerrard, and
Scholes
Lampard.
is more
Gerrard all
nostalgia.
Gerrard all day.
Well, there's four of us, so we'll have an answer.
Michael Carrick, mate. It's the best of all of them.
Gerrard by a mile.
Okay, Alex, what do you think?
I can't answer. That is the only debate I don't partake in. I think Scholes for me is too nostalgic. I think that's why a lot of people go Scholesy. But
Other than and his 11 Premier League titles and 2 Champions Leagues probably help. And Pep Guardiola saying he's the best midfielder. So.
Anyway.
Just
We
saying.
digress.
not the
We
debate.
digress.
Anyway, where are we putting Lampard?
He can't go above Henderson, I'm sorry.
What are we putting him with Henderson?
I'll put him D. Oh, no. Can you put him D?
Oh, what a disrespect.
I mean, sorry, not D.
I would have gone
C,
C
I don't
behind Gundogan at the end.
Yeah, he's the top of C. He's the top of C.
Oh, no, but now I'm thinking, like, Lampard and Gundogan can't be on the same level as captains, can they?
It's like it's hard because like Lampard is an A player, but if you're talking captain, he wasn't the club captain. I don't know. We've kind of got like a mixed bit of logic how we're doing it here. So, do you know what?
Let's move on.
Let's just leave him there.
Let's move on.
Zanetti, we got him next. Ross, treble winner, Argentinian, fantastic player. What do you think?
He's football heritage, isn't he? The thing is, you look at Inter Milan. You had to look at them collectively as a team growing up in that era, didn't you? As well, it's hard to. I'm actually struggling on him. To be fair, I'm going with B tier. I'm going with T.
I think he's in front of Marquinhos.
Yeah. So should we just whack him there?
Yeah. For the moment, I would put him
Is there
ahead.
an argument to say you should go A or not?
I think you probably could make that argument. Like he led a treble winning side, but then so did Gundogan. And
Thing is, there's another name afterwards for A. So
Yeah.
all right. Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Where are we putting this?
I'll put him top of B.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
It's hard because he's not a plain boring player, but it's just hard to place him. It's the only time.
And it's not like he won one. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, like I'm guessing you're the same. I've never really watched him play before.
Yeah.
He's a reserved bloke. That's it.
We'll move on again. Carlos Puyol, Barcelona 2009 captain, one of the best performances in a final of a team I've ever seen, with Yaya Toure next to him. So I think, this guy, for me, he's got to be B, A or B, I don't know.
B.
A or B.
I think.
Mate, I thought you were going to say S.
No, I think no, not S.
Really?
I would have arguably gone in an ideal world between B and A. There's a debate to put him in A. I don't think he's an S.
Just A. Come
me-
on. A legend.
Yeah, it's got to be A. It's got to be A.
To be fair, he has got two I forgot, obviously Arsenal 2006 as well.
Mate, he's a better captain than Iniesta and Xavi.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd go top of A.
Yeah. We'll put the free pass.
Assuming we all agree he's not better than Ramos.
I know. No, I think Ramos has to be. I don't know, but that's just me kind of being a control freak. But I do think Ramos has to be there. Next up, we have Rio Ferdinand, who captained Man United in 2008 in Moscow. He wasn't actually the club captain, that was Gary Neville, but he missed the whole season with injury. And then Ferdinand and Giggs did lift the trophy. So I think Ferdinand, again, A-level player, but I would be happy to put him in B. It's similar to Lampard in that regard.
You're like a United fan. Would you, when you think of Ferdinand, do you think of him as a captain?
I don't think of him as a captain, because there was points where obviously Vidic became the club captain and stuff whilst he was still there in 2010. So
Some people argued he should have had a hero card instead of an icon on FIFA. You know what I mean?
well, that's wrong.
Yeah.
I think if you put Lampard, but the logic we've used, I think he probably has to go in C, even though he's clearly a much better player than that. But
Yeah, I think, yeah.
was
Based
a
on the
leader.
logic we've used before, yeah.
He was a leader, wasn't he? He's not one of these players that wanted to be in the limelight. He let his performance on the pitch do the talking. Him and Nemanja Vidic, I think they were the best duo for years by a mile. But again, it's just he let his play do the talking, and those two in front of you were unbeatable. And I think it was part of what made that treble win inside that year. It was just they were unbeatable as a pair. But as a captain, yeah, he's quite lukewarm, I'd say. C tier.
We got Maldini next, and for me, this guy goes in D for allowing the biggest corruption game in football history of Liverpool coming back in Istanbul.
crying, mate,
I'm
keep
sorry,
crying.
mate. That's at least, mate.
Mate, he's got to go.
A.
yeah.
He cannot go S after that absolute calamity in
That's a good
Istanbul.
point. Actually, I didn't think of that.
So
That's a tough one. What are you saying, Alex?
For me, might be an unpopular opinion. I would have put him ahead of Puyol in A.
Mm-hmm.
I was initially going to go S. I was feeling a bit jumpy.
See, I agree. I was going.
If you ask 1,000 people that question, 900 are going to say Maldini in the top tier. I mean, that name will pop up, and that just what can we say about him? Without Maldini, there's not half the centre backs we're going to be talking about in this list.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talked about, do we think of him as a captain? Of course we do. When I see that shirt, Maldini's the first name that comes to mind. The legacy he's left behind him, for me, is A tier, top of the A.
So you've convinced me to put him in S now.
But I just can't overlook that.
Yeah, but you
final loss.
can't base his whole career on that sole factor.
And also, I'm going back to it. If you put him in A tier, he's not on the same level as Iniesta.
Well, I think we might have to move some of these. I don't know.
I think Iniesta and Xavi won't be stayed at A. Shall we put him at the top of A, and then we're bound to move some around?
Well, I wouldn't trust him to blow up balloons at my birthday party. He was behind one of the biggest collapses in European football history. You can't ignore that. It's just unforgivable
Thank you, Ross.
almost.
Thank you, Ross. Thank you.
You're 3-0 up at half time. That should be formality, seeing it out. Entertainment, but a collapse. It shouldn't happen. So that sends him down. That
Yeah,
limits
let's
him.
look at it the other way round. If he weren't there, how many trophies would Milan not have?
They didn't actually win the league that much in that era, if you go back, I'm gonna get some facts up after, but trust me, did they finish fourth in 2005? Hot take, down overrated team. Hot
Really?
take.
Wait, so what are you saying about Maldini then? Are you happy with him in A?
I'm happy with him in A, But
you couldn't be down to B. It's always.
I'm just saying.
I wouldn't trust him to walk my dog, honestly.
Okay, let's see.
What's with the trusting, Ross?
I don't know. It's just a 3-0 lead is just. I'm not saying it's unforgivable. That's the wrong analogy. But 3-0 lead, you should be cleaning up. If that happened to an under 12s game,
Yeah,
you'd
but that's
be
like
"What?"
basing Gerrard's career just on the fact that he slipped.
Yeah, and
So I mean,
guess what? I do that. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm consistent
so-
with my logic. All right.
No, yeah.
Right. Hold on. We got Effenberg. I don't know if any of us are going to pretend like we've watched him. So like,
No.
unfortunately, mate, you go in there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Effenberg.
We've got Fernando Hierro. Anyone got anything to say about him?
Again, to be fair, I've never really seen him play.
Yeah, don't know enough to ask, if
But
I'm
obviously,
honest.
we'll put him in C.
What are you saying, Ross? Anything about Hierro?
I can't add it, honestly. I know maybe I'm the oldest guy in the room, but it's just, if you haven't seen them play, I can't comment. We should know better, honestly, but that's a hard one. The thing is, and you know the name, he's in the list of Real Madrid icons. It's just, if you haven't seen them play, you can't comment on what they're like as a personality or a
Agreed.
captain or a leader. He could be the S tier to the guys in the 80s, but I could be wrong.
Should we get to it?
I've honestly forgot this Portal guy's name. Is it like
Something Costa.
yeah?
Jorge Costa.
Yeah, Jorge Costa. And I was looking at his career path earlier, and he was spent about 15 years at Porto up to 2005. But in 2001, he was on loan at Charlton. Like, I just like for that no, but like I just don't get it. Like that's mad.
Yeah, we were looking at the teams before Kieran.
Yeah.
And like Nuno Espirito Santo was on the bench for that team.
That is-
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, to be honest.
And we're saving the last one for Steven Gerrard. What do we think about that? Ed, obviously, kick us off.
Okay, I'm going to go S tier, I don't care.
Biased.
Over
At
Ross?
least, it has to be at least A.
Come on.
Really?
B tier. The thing is, you can't. The thing is, Gerrard is iconic, isn't it? Like, you know, I say, "Oh, you beauty!" I think of that one, you know.
Sorry for
And
people listening.
sorry, that was an earache, but he's B tier. He is. He's. But the thing is, he's done it all to an extent.
Except for he hasn't won the Premier League, though.
I tried to set it up there.
This is Champions League. This is Champions League.
Just testing everyone here.
See, people would argue if we put him in B, Xavi shouldn't be an A, for instance. I think some people would argue that. That is my problem. If he goes in B, I'm okay with that. Would maybe have to review who we put in A. I don't. He's definitely not A. Said I'm sorry.
I would put him in.
He's
I would
Maybe
put him
that's
in.
a bit-
I would put him in A. I'd put him in A.
Yeah, mate, it has to, like, if you put him in B, you're saying he's
Yeah.
the same as Benzema. Not having it, sorry.
Yeah, I think we should going to agree with A. Then?
Yeah, I'd agree with A on Gerrard. Obviously towards the bottom end, though. Yeah. Okay.
Alright, should we all have like one veto, like you can move?
Yeah.
one?
Okay. Yeah. So obviously, I'll read through the list now. It's a bit all over the place. So we've got Costa, Effenberg, and Nacho Fernandez in D. In C, we got Henderson, Ferdinand, Azpilicueta, Lampard, Gundogan, and Hierro. In B, we have Marquinhos, Zanetti, Neuer, and Benzema. A, Maldini, Puyol, Iniesta, Xavi, Lam, and Gerrard. And in S, we have Sergio Ramos. To be fair, our logic was a bit all over the place, and at times, me especially. But that's our list. So does anyone want to make any vetoes?
Go on, Bruce.
It's one of the Barca guys in A. One of them has to go to S tier. You can't ignore it. That La Masia side or whatever you'd know it as is just. It was just unbeatable. Even United couldn't say. I know they had Messi, but you look at that final where Fergie played against him. He said, "What was it? He wished he'd man-marked Messi 3 times over." That side, doesn't matter if they were individuals or a team, they were just one of the greats and unstoppable. And I think, you know what, Puyol was a big leader in that side.
And he has captained, I suppose, 2 Champions League wins.
What did for Spain as well? I mean, I know this
Yeah.
is Champions League.
Yeah, when I think defender of that era, I think Puyol. Puyol's S tier.
So the 2, yeah, we can do that.
I'm happy with that.
Alex, you got any vetoes you'd like to make?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm not biased. I don't think I can put Marquinhos in front of Zanetti, if I'm being honest.
so that'll stop you.
We've got to remember, Marquinhos obviously he's our top 1 player now for most trophies won at our club, but we have got to be real. The level of the league on these past few years hasn't been on par with what it used to be back in the day, especially with Serie A. So I think I'd move Marquinhos back slightly. Yeah.
Yep. So we happy with this list then, guys? For now, just
Yeah, I think we've got a lot to talk
I'm happy
about,
with
so
that.
we might have
I just
to.
want to say again, Henderson. He's in B tier for me.
go on then, mate.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. Just for you, mate.
Bit biased, but
There you go. Henderson's in B. There we go.
thank you.
That's okay.
Right, don't hesitate to tell us, guys, in the comments what you thought of that tier list. Stay tuned with us. We've got much more coming. We're not going to dwell on this one for too long, but we got an idea. We're going to give you each our worst Champions League winner or team and come up with the reasons why. Ross, do you want to kick off this one?
Yeah, so I've gone for Porto in 2004. We had a young Jose Mourinho bursting onto the scene, trying to make a name for himself in the sort of European world. The game came across as a bit flat. So I think the first point I went up to is this mismatch of quality. All the big teams have been knocked out in the competition going into this, and we had Porto and Monaco, two great giants in Europe, club size, but they're just not one of the big boys, are they? And they were just left with this disappointing match where maybe not the footballing world might not have been focused on it. But I think what the big part, because I think it was said by the Guardian in a 2004 match report I saw, it was actually labelled as a flat game, which is standout because if it's a flat game, that means it was boring. Boring's a big word in the football world. But obviously, I think if we look into it as there was a lack of tension and the drama was crap in the game. Excuse the language, but I think it was they had a player called, I think it was Carlos Alberto or something. He scored very early on in the game, and they were unchallenged for the rest of that game. It was very one-sided, and they cleaned up and made it up to 3-0 with 20 minutes to go, and Monaco just rolled over for most of the game. But there's a bit of a consolidation there for them, a conciliatory point in that Mourinho was very pragmatic in his tactics that day. He was known for putting out this very controlling sort of tactics, and I think it was UEFA labelled it afterwards as, I think it was a UEFA reporter, they said it was very boring is best sometimes. Boring is best, and his tactics lined up solid and ready to block teams out. And that's what, maybe he got the job done, but not in an exciting way. But I think it's just the matchup. I'm in my opinion, I think it's just the names in these final. How did these two teams get to this final? It's staggering.
Oh, fair enough. Hot take there. Two of you got for us.
So yeah, I've gone for worst Champions League winner. I've gone for Chelsea 2020 to 2021. I'm going to annoy some Chelsea fans here, I apologise, but when I was looking at on the surface, the season was obviously amazing because they won Champions League, but they finished fourth in the league as well, got to the final of the FA Cup, but that team, for me, was not a fan of it. Their top scorer in the league that season was Jorginho with 7 goals, which is ridiculous. They lost 5-2 to West Brom at home, they got relegated. I think they're one of the worst teams to win the Championship.
By the way, can anyone think of a more boring final? Let's just say in the last 5 to 7 years. For me, that one was the worst.
There was. Oh, sorry, Kieran.
I was going to say Liverpool versus Tottenham for me because I think the referee killed the game straight away.
That one's up there as well. Yeah. It's definitely part of those two are the worst for me.
Yeah, well, I was looking into it. There was 3 shots on target the whole game. Crazy. And especially in that final as well, City, for some reason, they didn't play Rodri, so it wasn't even City's technically best team. And then, you look at the window before, they spent 240 mil on Werner, Havertz, Chilwell, and Ziyech. So, for me, they've got to be there.
The only good thing out of that was Thiago Silva lifting that trophy. Yeah. I mean, we kicked him out the door because he wasn't good enough to win in the Champions League anymore, and then he went to go and lift it with Chelsea. I mean, I'm a PSG fan, but that is the biggest comma in the world, and we deserve that fully. Kieran, who have you got?
So this isn't rage bait, and I do truly believe this. But
It's rage bait.
I've actually gone for Liverpool 045 as my worst ever team to win the Champions League. Just a few little reasons. I've not got as much detail as these two lads here. Ross, I especially enjoyed your points on Porto. I felt like I learnt a lot there.
The only time they get mentioned on this show.
But so obviously
shout out Porto fans.
So obviously Liverpool had to come through the qualifying rounds. They eventually got through, but they lost to a team called Grazer. I didn't even know that until yesterday. And I was like, if you look at their league form, they finished 5th. They finished below Everton. When does that ever happen? They finished below David Moyes' Everton side. They lost 14 games in the league. Their top scorer, you're saying about top scorers, Barros had 9 league goals. 9 league goals. Okay, like, and then you look on the run to the final, the ghost goal.
Clearly a goal, by the way.
Clearly not. You know, you had the ghost goal, so Chelsea were hard done by there. And then, oh my God, have you watched the penalties in that final? Jerzy Dudek is, he's on the edge of his
Mate,
D.
it's mind games. It's mind
No,
games.
mate. And then he's there, like, as the player's running. Dudek's running up to the... I
think when you beat that team, though, there's no denying. The team they had, we just gone through the captains there, Maldini, they had Kaka. Oh, mate, you can go through the whole team. It's full of absolute quality players.
Don't disrespect Dudek though. He'd stop you slipping in the shower. He's like that guy's on it. Like Dudek, if you ever watched him, I'm in awe. Like literally, like I said, the goalkeeping world. Like you're in awe of watching him. He's one of these keepers I look and think, oh, that's sort of wow.
Do that again, Ross.
Wow, I don't know what that noise is, but it's like you look at him, you're like a kid. You know when a kid looks up and like, wow, like it's kind of like he's a Brazilian, wasn't he? He's Dito giant. I think so, something like that. Maybe South American. Yeah, but he's just got that. He's an icon. I love him. You can't disrespect him in any sense.
Like you, Ross.
Sorry about that side rant, but
Yeah.
And Alex?
We talked about it before, mate. For me, I'm not saying this because I'm for Paris, but it is Marseille 1992-1993 Champions League final. Try and cut its court. They were stripped of the League One title the same year for match fixing. They were to face Valenciennes 6 days before the Champions League final, and they were caught for match fixing that game because they had too many injured players and they didn't want to take a risk, and they got caught for that. So they have officially been stripped, so they can't even be named Champions of France from that year. During the final, there's actually an ex-Marseille player I won't name because I hate him so much, who came forward on TV and revealed that, you know, Bernard Tapie, their president back in the day, actually came in the dressing room at half-time and looked at his players and said, all right, lads, don't worry, I've spoken to the ref, it's all good. I mean, that says a lot,
Crazy.
so it's that plus that plus that. During the 1995 trial over Marseille's financial accounts, it was revealed that they had 760,000 euros, which was dedicated solely to the purchase of matches between 1989 and, funny enough, 1993. So if you add all these things together, bearing in mind they didn't come out the strongest of groups, they were beating teams from Northern Ireland that I can't even pronounce. Sorry, Adam. And yeah, I mean, for me, that's got to be up there. Yeah,
I
Marseille.
think that one wins it for me, I think. I mean, they've literally match fixed.
Is this an allegedly or?
So the obviously for the Champions League, that's why the reason they're still proclaimed winners is because they couldn't actually physically prove it yet. You know, well, I think it's over now. But the Ligue 1 title, they were officially stripped of that, and it was the same year. So the financial thing as well. So for me, it's a bit dodgy.
Fair enough.
Yep, I'll give you that one then. But I think you all spoke well.
Yeah, well done, lads. Right, we're not done there. Lots more to do with. Thanks for listening so far. Please stay tuned. Right, a bit of debates next. We've run through some games. Every week we're trying to get a few debates between us. Obviously we'll do one-to-ones. The other two will vote who they thought was the winner. Hopefully there won't be any draws. And we'll give you a league table every week where each winner will get a point and maybe get some forfeits down the road. I think today me and Ross have one lined up for you, focused around the Champions League. The debate is quite simple, are you more for the league phase or the infamous group stage? So I'll be defending the group stage while Ross will be on the league. Maybe we can get like a timer up, like I've said, like a minute each on the phone or something. Kieran, you can monitor that. We'll speak a minute each, Ross. And then Ed and Kieran, you will give us an idea. By the way, guys, there's absolutely no notes for this one. This is just literally off the top of our heads. Yeah. And may I just put this forward, for the next weeks. We're not voting for who we agree with. We're voting for who gave the best arguments and who debated the most. So I could not agree with what Ed would say afterwards, but if I think he's debated well, I'll give him a point. See what I mean?
Yeah, this is our first time doing this, so we don't know how this is going to go.
Yeah, we don't know how this is really going to go.
So who's going first? Are we having Ross or are we having Alex going
No,
first?
well, I'll let you choose, mate.
I'll go first then.
Okay, Ross. Your time starts now.
Right, so number one, legitimacy. Having this sort of form where a league where everyone plays everyone, it makes sure the winner has gone through the whole cohort in everyone they've played. You have to play the big boys, the mid boys, the low boys in order to actually get that mandate to go on and win the trophy. There's no excuse to say you've shunned or avoided anyone in the competition. That is a great aspect of this sort of new setup. Number two, I would probably say the small clubs have a chance now. It's that knockout stage, the midsection. You get into the knockout stage. If you're a little side like an illustration of Club Bruges or something like that, you've still got a chance to go through with that second opportunity in the competition. And I'd say lastly as well, it's diversity. It keeps you get 2 trips. You get 2 to 4 trips against big clubs. Oh, Kieran's pointing at the timer here. I'm worrying down. There was the 3 points though.
And time is up. Well done, Ross. That was good.
Well done, mate. Well done.
That is hard. That is hard on the clock.
Okay. And I'm not going to give you too much more time to think, Alex.
Yeah.
But 3, 2, 1, go.
Right, I'm not saying that the league phase isn't the best of formats. I think it's too early days so far, so we have to wait a couple of years. I do, however, think that the problem with the league phase is we are normalising big matches. So when we'd go up a PSG Bayern or a PSG City, that would be a game you'd see every 3 or 4 years. So people would assemble, get round, get the whole village together, one campfire and watch that game. Now, kids are going to go up watching PSG Barca Real Bayern every single week. So we're losing the hype of the big games. 2, we're in a day and age where we're going into football business, where it's becoming more and more business and less of the love of the game. Let's remember that the league phase was made to get more money in UEFA's pockets. That is the sole goal of the club, of the whole process. So yeah, it's maybe good for clubs getting more money, but for the players and their physical form, it is killing them. We're already in a day and age where players are playing too many matches. You're adding on extra games, and all for what? For the money. If you ask the players themselves, a lot of them disagree for it, and even if the players are disagreeing with it, how can we?
And with 5 seconds to spare. 5 seconds to spare. I think that was really good debate.
That was class, boys. Well done.
I do think, speaking on the league, like, it protects the bigger clubs. Like, you can be bad for the first half, and you still, if you finish 19th, you're still sound. So yeah, I think that was good. I think we might be a bit short on time, so I think me and Ed maybe we'll have our debate next week, and then we'll maybe move to our last topic now. And if you want to vote, we'll put a poll up. Who won?
Yeah,
Ross or Alex?
Deciding this. It's up to the viewers.
It's up to the viewers.
You're not deciding then?
No, we're neutral here, so we'll let the people
I feel
decide.
we should put a poll up. Let's let the people decide who won.
I don't make excuses, but that timer took me by
Well,
surprise.
hang on. Ross will be creating 10 accounts in his bed tonight in his underwear, and he'll be voting for himself. He's that kind of man, yeah. So yeah, I'm going. If there's any dodgy business out there, Ross, we've got you. Yeah.
What's the one about Ronaldo when they said who's the greatest player in the world? They go to me.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, we'll have another debate for you next week, guys. Don't forget, to vote in the comments, and I'll be moving on.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly say before we wrap up or go on to the next thing, just on the comments things, we've had a lot of comments so far, and we just want to say thank you very much. It means a lot, especially Mark. He's been there on both videos.
Yeah, big up Mark, mate. And, thank you.
Yeah, we'll be reading some of them next week, definitely. So keep them coming, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Guys, well, thanks for tuning in, guys, as always. Big thanks to my main men, Ross, Ed and Kieran. We'll be here Monday as usual. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Thanks for your lovely comments so far. Keep them running. Don't hesitate to go and sign up on our accounts on Instagram and TikTok as well, which will be soon arriving. And we'll see you next week.